I'm connecting with someone who is looking for more because you know that there is more. That's why you've been looking. I'm feeling into your heart that your heart portal has been expanding lately, and you've been feeling a lot of feels, and you know that it is stretching because it's preparing you to have more love, more wealth, more prosperity, more peace, more alignment, more purpose. And this is coming through at the most perfect frequency because you know that there is more. That's why you keep on looking. That's why you've been preparing. That's why you keep on searching. What I'm hearing for you very loudly right now are two things, or seeing rather. The first thing I see for you is a golden orb, like a golden ball. And that golden ball holds your gift, holds your divine code. And when you look at the ball, you're thinking, how do I penetrate it? How do I crack it open? It doesn't seem like it has a clasp or anything like that. But the message from your higher self, from God, from your spirit is knowing that it's not about opening it and playing with it and manipulating with it in the 3D space, but rather holding on to that ball, that golden ball, and really feel into what is it trying to tell you. What does it represent? What does it symbolize? Connecting with it spiritually, connecting with it in a way that your human cannot, connect it with it in a way that when you're in that spiritual realm, you will understand why things the way they are. And things are not going to make sense for you in this realm because you're not meant to navigate life from this realm. You know that there is something more because you are meant for more. You came on this earth, you came back on this earth for a reason. That's why you remember. That's why your heart portal is being stretched open, and that's why you're feeling the activation. Nothing is a coincidence. Nothing is a coincidence. What it means is that if you don't have a purpose, you won't be looking for it. You won't seek it. You won't have that desire, that seed of desire in your heart. A part of you know that when you look at things like as is, like as the ball itself, it's not going to make sense. It's like, why am I being given this ball? What does it mean? Why is it gold? How do I open it? You're going to ask these questions. But when you just connect with it spiritually, you'll understand. You'll understand that what you have, the things that are special about you, the things that are powerful about you, it cannot be explained or reduced to some object, to some label, to some logic or reasoning. You're the chosen one because you have chosen to reincarnate, to be here, to share the goods, to share yourself, to be the vessel of God, to be the vessel of love. And because of that, you have to awaken to your God self, to your God consciousness. And that golden ball is the first thing that I saw for you. And the second thing that I saw for you very clearly is a pair of chopsticks. So I don't know, maybe you like chopsticks or you trying to learn how to, use chopstick or something like that. But I see chopsticks for you. And it's like, but the image I'm seeing is like, like, I don't know, it's like a ninja thing where like they catch the fly with chopsticks. Like, is that a thing or is it a game? I swear I saw it in a game or something. But what I'm seeing for you is that you are becoming this like master ninja. Okay? So you are learning. You are learning the skills. You're learning the skills that most people think like, is it even skills? Like, for example, like manifestation, like the law of attraction, right? Like how to train your mind, how to create magic, right? How to do crazy things that it's not really crazy, but to the 3D world, it seems crazy and improbable and it doesn't make sense. But for you, it's like you've been training in that. So that's what I'm seeing for you. I'm seeing somebody who's been training your manifestation skill. You've been focusing your mind. You've been mastering your ninja level. Maybe some of you guys are into like Tai Chi or Kung Fu or martial arts or something like that. And what this all means is that we don't get to master level if we don't start at grasshopper level. If you're inside my free community called Awaken, you can join down below. You'll see the first level when you join, you're at grasshopper, little grasshopper. And that's how we all start in this life. And because we be that grasshopper, we hop, 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 we learn, 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 and then we take leaps and bounds. That's how we become masterful. So what I'm hearing for you is that you cannot rush the process. You already been shown the destiny, the destination. Okay, the destination is the destiny path for you. The destination is the things you've been shown, what you're meant to have. So that's why I always say when you close down your eyes, okay, you open your third eye and then you see everything. And this is your spiritual eyes and this is your real eye. And when you see with this eye, you will be shown everything, the lifestyle you're meant to have. What does the vision say? Okay, watch the video that I made about New Earth wealth codes. There's a lot of wealth codes coming in right now. There's a lot of prosperity codes coming in right now for the New Earth leaders who are meant to guide, who are meant to lead, who are meant to pave the way. Because we are co-creating a new earth consciousness. Okay, Win, you know, okay. When you hear Win in my video, you know what's up. Okay, so we're co-creating this new earth consciousness right now, and you are here to master a couple of things. The physical world, the material realm, okay, because we're here, we're not just spirit floating. Yes, we are infinite spirit, but we need to master this, the physical realm. So the skill sets, right? The wealth building, the mindset, the actions. But at the same time, we need to master the spiritual realm, right? How our hearts, how we can open our hearts, how we can transmute negative emotions into positive ones, how we can focus our attention into something that we want to manifest more of, because where you focus on, that thing expands. So this is Earth School, my people. You have reincarnated in Earth School, and what that means is that there's this duality that we need to master. We need to master that there is light as much as there is darkness, and light doesn't necessarily mean good or bad, and darkness doesn't also mean bad or good. We have to let it go, because it's all here for us to experience the multitudes of life. So if you know that you've been seeking and you feel like you're meant for more, you don't know what it is, and you're like, I don't know if I have the gifts, or maybe some of you guys know that you have the gifts, but you're like, how do I step fully into it? What I'm hearing for you is that you just need to focus your energy in the destiny, okay, in the destination. Know thyself, know who you are, know your real self. Know that you're not Mr. Anderson, you're not Tiffany. You're beyond labels, you're beyond names, you're beyond physical. Because the thing is, your soul, okay, some of you guys are very ancient. You ancient, my love, you ancient. This is not your first rodeo. You've been here many times. And that's why you have past lives. And that's why you remember them. You know what I'm saying? Because if you don't have past life, you wouldn't remember them. And if you don't remember them, then you wouldn't have past lives. And that would mean that you are just not, this is your first rodeo, which is not true. You've been here before. Okay, you played this game before. And this is why, a lot of us, we've chosen a lot of hardship, okay, at the beginning of our childhood, of our life. We're born into certain families. We endure certain traumas. And it's all to help us awaken. Because what breaks you is not there to break you. It breaks you open. It breaks you free. You know what I mean? Like, if you didn't have your heart broken, you wouldn't F this, I'm gonna go on my Eat, Pray, Love trip. And then you wouldn't explore, okay, this is yoga, this is pranayama, this is whatever, okay? You wouldn't explore these modality or these things, or you meet certain people. If you didn't have your job fire you, lay you off, you wouldn't be like, okay, you know what, screw this, I'm going to just create my own business now and see how it goes. And then it goes. You know what I mean? So this is the time where I want you to be aware that everything happens for a reason. And it's not a cute quote. It's true. There's a reason in the grand design of it all, in the God system, in the God operating system. You're called to this video, you're watching this video, not because it popped up on your YouTube because of the YouTube algorithm. It's because of your frequency. When there's an alignment for everything. When you feel fully aligned with something, it's going to happen. Like when it's like, what is it? When the student's ready, the master appears or the teacher appears. When you're ready for the lessons, when you're ready to receive certain codes, certain information, people, things, knowledge, stuff will be popping up out of nowhere. And this signifies that if you seek something, you will find it. Seek and thou shalt find. Okay, ask and thou shalt receive. So this is the time if you're feeling like confused, or if you're feeling a bit restless, or you're feeling like I don't really know what to do. I know that I have a purpose. I know I want to step into it, but I don't really know how. I'd love for you to take a moment and ask. Ask the divine, ask God, ask Source to show you. Because the instruction is ask and thou shalt receive. Okay? Seek and thou shalt find. So ask, dear God, dear whatever, okay? The highest of light. Please show me. Please guide me into my highest destiny. Please allow me to have the awareness. Please allow me to have the open-heartedness. Please allow me to have the wisdom to see things clearly, to see myself clearly, to see my situation clearly. Please help me cleanse my eyes, cleanse my throat, cleanse my body, cleanse my vessel, so I might be of service, so I might be the divine vessel to serve, to share, to guide, to be who I'm meant to be. That's a prayer. Okay? And something is going to happen. Something's going to happen. And, you know, when we were talking about this whole seeking thing, a lot of you guys can be thinking, okay, yeah, I'm seeking, but are you seeking? You know what I mean? Because if you're seeking, the truth is that it's going to be shown to you, but you need to follow it. It can't just be like, okay, I feel like I'm seeking this. I'm following the divine trail, the divine breadcrumbs. And then I get the nudge to go to Bali. I get the nudge to buy that book. I get the nudge to take a road trip to Mexico. Do people do that? I don't know. You know what I mean? Like, whatever it is, you're gonna get signs. You're gonna get instructions. But like, how stubborn are you? You know, how much is it that you want to use your logical mind? You say here, like, dear God. Okay, why does it keep on going up? Go down. Thank you. There we go. Thank you, phone. Okay, so you know, you say, okay, maybe it's two down. There we go. Okay, there we go. By the way, guys, isn't this such a vibe? I'm doing my Bali tour right now. You know, when I travel, I allow, you know, God to guide me. I was getting the calling to go here, but discovering the areas that I've never been to before. So I'm here in the mountain area. I was in the hot spring yesterday. It was so beautiful. So you guys might be called to travel as well. When you're getting the calling to do something, do you do it? Or do you try to make sense and you trying to reason it out? Because if you say, dear God, I want to live an extraordinary life. I want to be of divine service. I am ready to awaken my earth angel frequency and codes. I'm ready to operate in my divine template. And then, okay, and then you operate in your 3D human logical mind. Okay, it doesn't work. It doesn't work like that. You have to allow God, universe, spirit to guide you. You have to have trust and faith. That's the only way. You have to have trust and faith on being guided by the unknown. Because if you have so much fear, why should you be the new earth leader? Why should you be the one to share the wisdom and the guidance and the teachings? Because it's not of source. Because God doesn't teach you fear. God doesn't teach you doubt. God doesn't teach you scarcity. You know what I'm saying? Like, God teaches us to love our brothers and sisters. God teaches us that we are one. God teaches us to unload our burden onto Him, okay? And God is within you. It's all that is. I need some water. It's all that is. So what now? What now is that you have to decide this or this. You have to decide. You want to be in the 3D and deal with 3D problems? Or sometimes some of you guys are in the, whatever, 5, 6, 7D, and you're not grounded. That's a problem too. But the code is that we are both human and we are divine. Remember the duality, you have to balance that. So for you is you have to balance to master the spiritual realm as much as mastering the material realm. We need to stay grounded. And at the same time, we have to have this miracle mind, because this world is us projected out. Universe is you inverse. God is within you. And God within everything and everyone. Nothing on this earth is, without the God code in it. So when we're operating in the God system, we're able to connect to all that is, because there's like this network. It's like a mycelium network connecting you to all the people, to all the energies, to all that is. That's why there's no name. You can call it God, you can call it the Tao, you can call it all that is. It doesn't matter. There's no name. It's in everything. You don't have to be spiritual to get it. It's in everything. It's in biology, it's in spirituality, it's in everything. And when we understand the codes of creation, and we understand that you're having an experience because there's something within you that you believe something to be true. There's a thought you have, because everything is fundamentally neutral and meaning. There's no meaning, and you inject the meaning. What makes something bad? What makes something good? It's your perception of it. It's your idea of it. You know what I mean? So when you're operating in your truest and highest self, it's beyond opinion. When I'm channeling things through, a lot of it is like beyond my opinion. It's not my opinion. It doesn't matter. That's why the greater the awareness you'll have, the less you'll find that you want to talk to people, because it doesn't, it's like a lot of people, they would want to argue and discuss things. You don't have to argue or discuss anything. A lot of it is like, this is my opinion. I think this is red, and I think this is blue, and I think the red team wins, and I think the blue team is the best. And people can go on about it, and it's meaningless. It's unnecessary. So if you've been seeking and looking for something, and that's because something is awakening through you right now. But what is though? What is awakening through you? You think the ego is awakening through you, or you think it's God awakening through you, or it's your highest potential awakening through you? And I think you know the answer, because I'm just channeling through your higher self. I'm the divine vessel. There you go. It's you. I'm your mirror. So what do you see right now? Do you see infinite possibility? Do you see a part of you being reflected back? Do you see that maybe it's time to just let go and allow for your prayers to be answered? Not in desperation, that is a word, I don't know, but in truth, because everything is already done. There's the destiny path. The destiny path has already been paved. So you either align with it and have a good time in life, okay? It's like, think about the river, okay? There's a flow of the river. If you just like, I'm gonna sit on my floaty and just let go and sip my orange juice, you're gonna have a good time flowing. That's why people say, go with the flow. You're gonna get to your destiny, and it's gonna feel very without effort, right? Let go and do nothing. That's actually how you manifest. But you need to know where you're going. You need to have faith. You have to understand that this is your destiny. You have to understand the flow of the river. But at the same time, you also have this free will to be like, Well, I don't want to have an easy, flowy path on the floaty sipping orange juice. I want to struggle. I want to prove it wrong. So I'm going to hold on to this rock. I'm going to paddle the opposite direction because I want to go that way. But you see, if the river is going this way and you just let go and it just goes and gets to the point. But then if you don't want to go towards your destiny point, if you resist and you think, your ego is you and you think your ego knows everything, you're going to turn the other way. Like, no, I'm going to go upstream because I know best. What does God know? What does the flow know? Nothing. I know best. Okay? So if you're going to use logic and think that you know best, you're going to turn the other way and you're going to paddle up the stream. Do you see how much work and exertion that you'll need? How much struggle it is to go upstream where you don't even belong? That's why if you have a job that you don't like, if you have a job that is not true, it feels difficult. It feels draggy. It feels hard because it's not for you. It's not for you. Because what's meant for you is supposed to be so easy, so effortless. So like, is this for real? Like, can it be that easy? Can I just live my life like that? Can I just do really what I love and get paid? Yes, you can. Yes, you can. Okay? And that's the code. You're meant to do what you love. You're meant to do what you care about. You're meant to do something that ignites that God in you, that creative force in you. The creator, creativity, creative force. It's the same. When you are creative, you are honoring the creator. You're operating in God. Okay? When you feel inspired, you're operating in spirit. You see? Inspired spirit, in spirit. Creative, creator. It's all encoded. So that's why in the video that I channeled through about the wealth codes of the New Earth Consciousness, make sure you watch that one. It has a lot of truth about when you allow yourself to align with the divine, when you allow yourself to let go of what you think you know and really follow the instruction and follow the guidance, which is being creative. You're here to create. Like God, like in his image, right? You're here to create. And the other one is to share, right? To share freely. To share freely. You want to create things, you want to share things. Because, the sun and the water, it flows everywhere. It doesn't discriminate. The sun goes everywhere. It doesn't discriminate. Okay? So just know that you're meant to shine freely and brightly and warmly and openly. And you're meant to share the wealth of your knowledge. So when you share from a place of joy, from a place of inspiration, from a place of goodness, it's going to prosper. It's going to appreciate. It's going to come back to you. It's going to create it's going to generate this currency. Okay? And that currency, you can think of it as wealth, as prosperity, as abundance. That's how it works. So if you know that you're ready to take that leap of faith, it's not even leap of faith, it's leap of truth, leap of destiny. Maybe some of you guys need to write this down, okay? Maybe comment it down below. I'm ready to take my leap of destiny. Because that's what it is, your leap of destiny. It's not like leap of faith, let's see what happens. No. It's leap of destiny. You're destined for this. You're destined for this, honey. Like, my face is going to show up for you and you're not going to resonate with what I'm saying and you're not going to hear me from a heart, from a soul level if you don't know that you're destined for greatness. Legit. That's what I'm programmed to be. I'm programmed to be your cosmic alarm clock. I'm programmed to be your cosmic activator. I'm programmed to be the mirror that you see yourself in. This is why when we work on ourselves, when we spend time in solitude, when we spend time with the Great Spirit, when we spend time in nature, we will understand everything. You don't need books, okay? I don't even read, okay? These cool books, I don't even read them. Everything is in everything. You can learn everything from talking to a tree, from looking at a leaf, from contemplating in a forest. You get every code of everything in this reality. Everything is within everything. So maybe this is a sign for you to begin your quest, your hero's quest, my love, right? Your hermit mode, maybe some of you guys, or maybe you've been too hermit. You're ready to step in the scene. Maybe you're ready to be known, you're ready to be seen, you're ready to put your work out. Because if you're the chosen one, you're meant to be known. Okay, Jesus, Buddha, okay, whoever, like they're not like just hiding away. They're out there sharing their wisdom. They're sharing what works. They're sharing what's helpful. And you don't need a grand purpose. You don't need some cool talents. You just need to have the heart to share what you got. You gotta have the heart to know that you're important, that you're valuable, that your place on this earth is not a mistake. It's destined. God, the divine, the creator, doesn't make mistake. If you're here, you're meant to be here. And if you doubt that, you doubt God. And if you doubt God, you can't ask for God's, guidance, because you're like, oh, I don't believe you, but yeah, tell me what's up. Doesn't work like that. So you either trust, you either know the truth or not. You either spend some time in solitude, talk to the mountains, talk to the birds and bees, and talk to the grass and trees. Wow, I'm rhyming over here. Okay, mixtape coming out. You either do that, or you're doing something weird. Okay, you're listening to the voices of 10 million people on social media telling you what to do and how you should live your life. And this is like their 5-step process. It's not your 5-step process, babe. That's why we have to, again, close everything out and listen to our inner God. That's when you know the truth. Okay? You got this. Check out my other videos to see what's up. I don't know, I'm feeling rap vibes now, but okay, we're gonna tone it down. Check out my videos to see what's up, okay? Check out my other videos to see the messages that you're meant to receive. I'm here every day. So if you're vibing with our channel, make sure you hit the subscribe button and the like button to be a part of our family. Thank you for your comments. I always love reading them, and I always send you extra blessings because everything's being reflected back, honey. Okay? You give abundance, you get abundance, and that's what I love in this life, in this community. Thank you for being here. This is Tina Wong. I love you so, so much.